news and especially this old mainstream news because they want to tell you everything that's bad. And the stuff that is bad, they are actually doing this stuff, but they're not going to report anything that is going on good. You know, I look at what's happening over even in Burkina Faso, and I know that this is Yahuwah. They are trying to and want to put out these propagandas to turn everyone against Ibrahim Trail. And but I'm telling you, I appreciate what Africa is doing. I appreciate what the so-called Black America, African America is doing. I appreciate what our people are doing around the world, around I say around this world, but across this world. If you say around this world, that means that you still believe in that crap about the earth is round. So I say across this world because it's flat. It's flat. So I appreciate what our people are doing across this world and standing together with him. Because if they kill him like they're trying to do and put out this propaganda, you're going to have some trouble on your hand this time, Edom. You're going to have some trouble this time. I'm telling you, because we ain't sitting by taking it no more. We're not going to sit by taking it no more. We're waking up everywhere to who we really are and who, most importantly, to who our allure is. The one that has all power. All power. You know, the Christian said he has all power in his hand. He has all power. No. He actually has all power. And that's who is backing us. You understand me? And they know it, and the heathen is beginning to rage. And if you think that you're going to take down this leader right here because you don't want nothing, you ain't concerned about him. You ain't concerned. Just say he was taking the gold and using it for manipulative purposes and all that kind of stuff and the minerals in the land. Just say he was doing that. Why it concern you, U.S.? Why does it concern you, France? You ain't caring nothing about those people. You ain't never cared nothing about the people. Look at the crap y'all have done and planning all this crap in us and doing. They ain't worried about what you're doing. They're not even worried about or trying to keep up and let's go in and invade America because they're doing this. That's all what they want from over there, the resources, and you have lied, but your actions is actually showing us how you have lied because you made Africa to be this big on the map and Greenland this big and all that kind of stuff, but you won't keep your tail from over there, stealing the resources. It is the biggest continent in the world, and it is the richest. And Yahuwah know who to give it to. He gave it to humble people. He gave these resources to humble people, and the only thing we did was just our folks tried to do was just share with you, but you want it all. And now this man Yahuwah is raising this man up because you actually fighting against the allure. And you don't realize that, Edom. You don't realize that yet. You're fighting against Yahuwah when you are plotting and planning against Ibrahim. That's who you're fighting against. And oh, my Father, you're going to have a fight on your hand. Huh? Yeah, of course, Niger and Mali, you know, because they're confederate together. And they think that they're just going to go over there and do like they've been doing in the past. Our eyes are open now. We're not going for your propaganda anymore. Trump saying the stuff that he's saying, and yet he's still working hard, signing bills to keep us from still knowing who we are. The Pope, did you know that they talked to the Pope about letting us go and repenting about what they have done to us all these years? And the Pope denied it. He denied it. They got all our stuff under the Vatican, 52 miles of our history, of our wealth. You hear me? Of our books, of our knowledge. 52 miles long with our stuff, our artifacts, all over in England. But everything is going to be returned. Everything. And they won't let us go. They don't want to let us go. They don't like us, but they won't let us go. Why? Because they cannot live without us, if truth be told. And listen, I said the title of this message, I've told you before, and I have to tell you again. We are waking up all over the place, but we have to wake completely up. We're still not waking completely up. Listen to this. Shout out to you, young Yexer. I was listening to young Yexer last night, and the young man was really expressing himself and how he feel and what he gonna do. But while we got these ignorant Hebrews waking up, these ignorant ones, and saying, okay, you have to love everybody, and you have to, it's just forgive, and this here and that. But what I heard young Yexer doing, because I feel the same way, I feel the same way he do. You know what I mean? And guess who else felt the same way he did? Our ancestors, when you was cutting them up, when you was raping them, when you was doing this and that to their children, when you was feeding them to crocodiles, our folk wanted to kill Massa, but now we're raising up, oh, he's all right, and you got to forgive him and love him. That is a lie. He ain't asked for it, and we don't have to do it. I'm telling you, he feel like our ancestors felt. Now, I'm not telling you, this will be a good time to get in touch with our ancestors. I ain't telling you to go and worship your ancestors and conjure them up, but if it was allowed by Yahuwah, we need to see how they felt. And we'll stop this foolishness with this softness that we are doing and stuff. And our people are still getting murdered. Our people are still getting killed. Our people are still getting reigned over and treated badly and harshly. It's still happening. It is still happening. And I'm asking for bold Israel to stand up. We need more of you men. These women are surpassing us. We need you to stand up and start talking and stop listening to these hirelings that is within Yasharel. Because you have a lot of hireling that leading their people, the heathen is okay, and we got to love them, and we got to love them, and just forgive them, and this, there, and that. And then talking about we equal. Negative. We're not equal, Lily. That's the way Christianity have taught you to think. Yahuwah said, if you obey me, if you keep my laws, my statutes, and my commandments, I'm going to put you above. Do that sound like equality? I'm going to put you above, and they shall be beneath. That sound like equality. He didn't say I'm going to put you side by side with them. We got to wake completely up. We have not waken up to the things that we need to wake up to because we are still playing into their camps. We're still playing into their agendas. And this is why, look, all the stuff that Trump and them is doing now, right? We're worried about that. Stop even worrying. We're worrying about that. We want to protest. Yahuwah is saying this. As soon as you stop looking to man, because cursed is every man that trusteth in man, and we are constantly trying to trust the government for stuff and crying out, do us right, do us right. As soon as you stop that foolishness and begin to cry out to Yahuwah, because he is our deliverance through Yahusha. Come on, are you following me? I've told us this stuff before, but I'm going to have to tell us again, and I'm coming for you in a minute, heathen. I'm coming for you in a minute. But now I need to wake up our family. I need to wake up Mishpachah. Many of the heathen is rising up, changing their name. Why you change your name? Your name John. Your name is not Method of Yahoo. Your name is not Zachariah Yahoo. Your name is Randy. Bill. Sally. Scott. But they raising up, they changed that. Why you change? You wasn't called after your father. Y'all get me what I'm talking about now. See, no. And then I seen one Gentile on a clip going rise up and say that all the ones that is in Yasharel right now that are teaching, they are false. But I love Brother Ron. I love Truth Unedited. But all the rest of them that is teaching right now, they are false. Everybody's false but Brother Ron. And you trying to teach us. The one that was saying that. We're so mixed up, and then you have Yasharel just going along with it, and because Christianity taught them to be nice. while there's a war going on all around you. There's a spiritual war going on all around you. And then I heard some girl say, and she partly right, but she's not all the way right, and said that we need to stop this black and white thing. It's not about black and it's not about white. It's a spiritual war. I agree with that partially. But their daddy, which is Satan, made it about black and white. So bring it on. Your daddy, Satan, made it black and white. So what you say, I don't address that. We got to stop this foolishness. And Yasharel going to have to really wake up and realize what's going on and quit cuddling these Edomites. They have to cuddle us now. They have to cleave to us. And I'm going to read some scriptures in a minute because they need to be reminded. All of them that I hear trying to teach never bring up this, Obadiah. Never. Never. I've told you these things before, now I'm going to have to tell you again. They never bring up this. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. And I'm going to read this, and I want to point something out to you. And the next one I'm going to go to, let me have it already there because I want to show you some in that too. Show you what Yahusha is saying. Oh, my Father. I'm just tired of the foolishness. I'm just tired of our little old softness and just think we got to forgive everything. And think that we got to please everybody. Our book tells us if you don't take care of Miss Picard first, you don't take care of family first, you are worse than an infidel. And here you are trying to cuddle and coddle these people right here, and you won't even take care of your family. You ought to be spending time telling us to wake up and trying to get us to wake up instead of defending the enemy. If you think that is a part of the Bazura, love your enemies. If you think that's a part of the Bazura, you still hadn't fully awakened yet. You can't even tell an insertion. Love your enemies. Why Yahuwah going to destroy them? We're supposed to love what he loved and hate what he hated. Am I not saying something? We can't even discern the insertions. And then I see some of our people standing up and dressed all in their African garb and holding big sefer books and looking like this and everything and just arrayed and this here and that and don't know an ape from a bullfrog. Don't know your butt from a hole in the ground. I'm telling you, but got the part. But looking the part. They're looking the part. Still don't know how to respect the male whom the Most High have put over you. Yeah, I'm talking about the daughters of Zion. Now, y'all some beautiful people, but your attitude sucks, some of you. Sucks. And you talking about you awaken. There's a whole lot more you got to wake up to than just knowing his name and knowing who you are. Because the personality is filthy. You're breaking his laws, his statutes, his commandments on the inside, and some of them don't even realize that they've been fired by the Most High. Now, if you want to know what I'm talking about right there, just ask me in the comments, and I'll look at it later, because I can tell you. Groups are trying to hijack this awakening. The nations are trying to hijack this awakening. And I don't know why they keep feeling bad because of what we are saying in the awakening. I'm talking about the nation. Why you keep feeling bad? Why you keep saying we hating? Why you keep saying this? Was we saying that when you were slaughtering everything in sight that even looked and favored us? But we just came under that iron fist. But you tried to go overboard with this stuff. I didn't talk about that long enough. Look what Obadiah said. Teach this, and I'm going to point something out to you. Look what Obadiah said. And I'm going to read this out of the Septuagint here. Look at verse 1. And I know that these books have been discussed and discussed and discussed, but y'all really need to look at this, heathen. You really need to look at this book and accept it. Accept it for what it is. Accept it. It says the vision of Obadiah. Thus says Yahuwah, Alua, to Idumea, or to Edom. Who's saying it to Edom? Who's finna talk to Edom? Alua finna talk to Edom. You hear me? And not only to Edom, but listen, he said, I have heard a report. This over there, I have heard a report from Yahuwah. And he has sent forth a message to the nations. Not only you, Edom, but to the nations too. Yahuwah is speaking. Why can't they see this? And my first question would be, well, who is he, what is he speaking about? That's what the nations need to begin to ask. And stop trying to put themselves up there or where we are. Stop trying to now trying to adapt our names. And you've taken everything. Now you've taken our name from us, and now you're going to put them on yourself. This is how we see this stuff. Y'all don't see what we see. You don't understand like we understand. You've took everything from us, and now you know that our Father's finna come back and get us. Now the only thing left to take now is our name. And you're going to name yourself that. You are not Yeshayahu. Your name Jim. They don't get this. They don't get this. Take everything and then get upset because of what I'm saying right now. Get mad, so mad till you just boil over and your head burst. They demand everything of us, but we demand nothing of them. Just like the live on last week. And I mean what I say. You know, this Brent Peeler guy, he says, no, you're going to apologize. You're going to say you're sorry. He finally did. All the same to you. But no, they demand everything of us, but we demand nothing. Yasharel, rise up and don't take this no more. Rise up, know who you are, and don't take this no more. Stop with this little Christianity, easy, rubbing his shoulder, and all this kind of stuff. Because our Alu are going to destroy the nations. They're going to serve us. Only one that won't be destroyed, Mary, is the one that serve us willingly, cling to us. I have a different outlook for you. I do. I have a different outlook for you. But you hard-headed ones, you ones that is too stubborn, they'll get on social media and they'll say some great things, but they really won't hit it home. They really won't say everything because they're hanging. Do you not think that we can discern? You see, that's more wisdom that comes with the truly awakening. Those that truly awaken. Yahuwah give you more wisdom and understanding. The ability to see things that some might not see. The ability to discern stuff that others would be in the darkness about when you truly awaken. Because when you become truly awakened, you'll see our state and where we was. You'll repent. You'll see his state and where he is. And you'll be so sorry for it. And through your repentance, you're humbling yourself. Then he's able to release more of his ruach on the inside of us. To lead, to guide, to direct us. But let me keep reading this here. It says, I have heard a report from Yahuwah, and he has sent forth a message to the nations. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her to war. Behold, I have made thee small among the Gentiles. Listen to this right here. Now, thou art greatly dishonored. The pride of thine heart has elated thee, dwelling as thou doest in the holes of the rocks. That's what we found here. Let me keep going. As one that exalts his habitation, saying in his heart, who will bring me down to the ground? You hear the pride of Edom? Do we not see this same pride today? Do we not see this same thing today? And Yahuwah have set ambushes all around the heart of Israelites, the heart of Babylon, ready to bring them down. Bring us down. Y'all are not hearing me. I'm tired of this crap. I always got to rise up and say something because now we are being exalted. We are being exalted, and they always got to rise up and say something. You got a place, and you need to find that place. I promise you that. You need to find that place. It says, if thou shouldest mount up as the eagle, and if thou shouldest make thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, says who? Yahuwah. If thieves came into thee and robbers by night, where wouldest thou have been cast away? Huh? Would they not have stolen just enough for themselves? But you try to take it all from Jacob. You tried to, if a thief came to you, Edom, he'll leave you something. But you came to us and you tried to take it all. Y'all ain't getting it yet. It says, if grape gatherers went into thee, Edom, would they not leave some gleaning or leave some grapes for some others to get? But you tried to take it all because we wasn't worth anything in your sight for one reason. And then verse 6 says, how has Esau searched out? How has Esau been searched out? And how have his hidden things been detected? Verse 7 says, I want to keep up with something because I want to point something out to you here. Verse 7 says, they sent thee to the coast. All the men of thy covenant have withstood thee. Thine allies have prevailed against thee. They have sent snares under thee. They have no understanding. In other words, Edom don't even know this right here. And I'm looking at America now. The Most High done sent all kind of snares against you. All your allies is going to turn against you. And you thinking that you're policing around the world because you're spreading your crap. See, they always talking about going into another nation and talking about they need what do you call it? Democracy. They spread that lie talking about democracy. You evil thing, you have done these things to our people. You can't keep your butt out of Africa. You can't keep, now Burkina Faso need to become a democracy. You mean you need to become a thieving pot. So you can come there and steal and keep Captain Ibrahim Traoré in line. But you can't keep him in line, so now you're determined to just slay him. You're determined to slay him now because why? He won't bend under your foolishness. He won't curve. He won't turn to your rhetoric. And he is not fazed by your threats. Why? Because he's anointed by Yahuwah. And these two sticks is coming together. It's starting over there. Yehuda and Ephraim is coming together. They're separated like all get out over there. But we see the prophecy being fulfilled in Ezekiel 37. The two sticks are coming together. This is a Yahuwah thing. And Edom is trying to fight about it. I'm telling you, Trump, you better leave that man alone. You better leave him alone. It ain't going to be as easy like it was with the leaders that y'all slayed. It ain't going to be as easy like it did with Gaddafi and all that kind of stuff when he attempted to bring Africa, make it united, a Kibalan. Make it united. And you went and slayed him. Because you got to keep these disturbances in the country. You got to keep these upsets in the country so they can't come together. Because they know if all these black folk come together, if all these melanated people come together, they won't stand a chance in hell of surviving. They know that. And their nations will go back just like the Moors found them. With piss in the street, boo-boo everywhere, no white teeth, But green, it'll go back just the way they found them, in the dumps, if we come together. Because we have all the wealth. That's what you're afraid of. We didn't civilize you. Now you don't want to, they don't want to go back like they was. Because they need us. Why don't you treat us right? Give us back our stuff. But they can't give us back our stuff. They won't let us go because they're greedy, and Joel is going to address that. But before I go to Joel, I want to keep going right here. Where am I at? Verse 8. It says, in that day, says Yahuwah, I will destroy the wise man out of Idumea, out of Edom, and understanding out of Mount Esau. And thy warriors from Theman shall be dismayed, to the end that man may be cut off from Mount Esau. You're going to lose them ones that you're in confederate to, because they're going to be destroyed. You ain't got enough people to come up against Yahuwah. You ain't got a large enough army to come up and be successful against Yahuwah and against his people. Now, why is all this going to happen? Why is Yahuwah talking about all of this right here? Why? It says, because of the slaughter and the sin committed against thy brother, who? Jacob, as they say, some of the world say. All this is fixing to happen to Edom. Why don't they teach this? If you want to teach, if you want to teach us nations, why don't you teach this? Teach this. All what Yahuwah just said is going to happen to you is happening to you because you come up against your brother Jacob. That's us. And they know it too. They know it's us. It says, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. You know what that's talking about? Look here. Let me read it out of the Septuagint again. It says, thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day of strangers, nor shouldest thou have rejoiced against the children of Yehudah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have boasted in the day of their affliction. Neither shouldest thou have gone into the gates of the people in the day of their troubles. Nor yet shouldest thou have looked upon their gathering in the day of their destruction. Nor shouldest thou have attacked their host in the day of their perishing. Listen to Yahuwah. Neither shalt thou have stood in the opening of their passages to destroy utterly of them that were escaping. Some of us were escaping, and you still caught us to destroy us. Neither shouldest thou have shut up the fugitives in the day of affliction. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's actually 8. Yahuwah actually pronounced 8. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. And I'm reminded of Proverbs. Proverbs says this right here. Proverbs says this in beginning, what, verse 15? Verse 15. Proverbs 16. This is what it says. These 6 things does Yahuwah hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. Proverbs 6 and 16. Look what he said he hate. And all of them Edom possess. He said in Obadiah, you shouldn't have, you shouldn't have, you shouldn't have, you shouldn't have. What if they shouldn't have done? A proud look is what I hate. A lying tongue and hands that shed innocent blood. Did they not do it? And heart that devises wicked imaginations. Did they not do it? Come on, ask that for yourself. Feet that be swift in running to mischief. Did they not do it? But they don't want to preach this, and when we get to bring this up, you hate, you hate, you hate. This shows that you hate, you hate, you hate. So you can't turn these tables on us because we upset about what you did. You want to do this crap, and then you want to control how we react. You think you king. You think you're a lure, you want to do this crap to us, and now we're knowing who we are, and then you still want to control our reactions? Your daddy is a liar, and you are one. And I'm not afraid to say it, and I'll never be afraid to say it. Send your host and see what you meet up with. Send your host. Hate me enough to do like y'all did in the 50s and 60s and been doing all along. You just get up a gang of you and come to the black man's house. Just get up a gang of you. Get mad enough to do it. Like you used to do. Cowards. I'm not talking about you who cleaving, who loving. I'm talking about them coward brothers of y'all. That's who I'm talking about. I'm telling you, man. And then our people still think they got to bow. Yes, massa. Yes, yes, massa. Oh, leave him alone, Stephen. Master gets sick, and then they say, like Malcolm X said, Master, we sick. This is how some of Yasharel is, Ty. They don't know it. They think they're just being nice and a nice Christian. But rid yourself of that. No. Look at what our daddy gonna do. So we feel opposite of our daddy. We feel opposite of Abba Yahuwah. You need to check yourself. Check yourself, Yasharel. Check yourself. We feel opposite of Abba Yahuwah. Yeah. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. So a lot of you are not going to make it because you refuse to leave the remnants of Christianity. Don't get me started on the things that Christianity have. You see the results of Christianity everywhere, just like we were talking about, Like we were talking about some of the daughters of Zion. Some of the daughters of Zion. Attitude, Christianity taught them that. Talk to that male, that man, any kind of way. Christianity taught them that. Why? Because Christianity put them on top and destroyed that male to bring him on bottom. Christianity done that. Well, how did Christianity do it? What else did it? Who you think brought you Christianity? To dethrone the male and enthrone the female. The same one that brought you Christianity done this here. Willie Lynch them was Christians. Willie Lynch them was Christians. Are you following me? But these things, Yahuwah said, I hate. A heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift and run into mischief. Edom done that. Edom doing all this. Is there not? A false witness that speaketh lies. 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 Are these not traits of the nations against Yasharel? Are they not? Wake up. Wake up, brothers. Wake up. And stop petting and rubbing and, we have to love everybody. No, the hell we don't. We don't. And they don't get this. Because Christianity is deep within their Ruach, Mary. Christianity. And they do not get it. They do not get it. And I don't understand why. And then you're going to have the audacity to come on here and because I'm stating facts, but you're going to have the audacity to tell me I'm hating. I don't love. I love my own. I love my own. I love my people. You hear me? I love Yehuda. Huh? I love Benjamin. Come on. I love Reuben. I love Asher. I love Naphtali. I love Zabuyan. I love these guys. These my family. I love them. Are y'all hearing me? I love Ephraim. I love him. I love Manasseh. I love him. I love Joseph. Y'all, Joseph, I love him. I love them. And they get upset at us because we love our family. Y'all ain't getting this. They get upset, hot, down, mad because we love our family. Exactly. Say again? That you even know them. They don't even want us to know our brothers. They don't even want us to know our brothers, and they got a problem with that. And then you expect me not to have a problem with you? What'd you say? He said it. But you know, the Christianity take over all that and think he's talking about the church. But who was he talking to when he said that? He was talking to his disciples. They're going to know you're mine by your love that you show to one another. They don't want us to love each other because if they did, they wouldn't divide us. They wouldn't pit us together, against each other. They don't want us to love one another because when a brother love like a brother love, ain't nobody coming. He going to defend his brother to death. That's why we're not defending one another now because we don't love one another. Pit that stuff against us. That's the reason they don't want us to come together. But all the Most High had to do was just raise up one, an Abraham trio. And all his black brothers and sisters are coming behind him and letting them know, if you do something to this here man, don't think it's going to be like the other times. You don't even, Yahuwah forbid, just die of a stroke, not even related to them. It's just the fact that he's dying, you're going to be in trouble. I'm emphasizing that. He could just die of natural causes. Just the fact that he died, Edom, you go pay. Well, why you look at that? We look at the stress you put on him. You still cost it. Is that feeling me? Y'all got to have a passion. See, they have erased our passion for one another. They have erased our passion to be with one another, to crave our own blood. Are y'all hearing me? They have erased that passion because of what they have done and how they have done it. So you might not feel what I'm talking about now. I'm going to rejoice. I'm going to rejoice to see you, Isaac. You know who I'm talking about. Rejoice to see you, Isaac. That's my Naphtali brother. That we converse again, with each other. Down in Australia. We all over the world. Are y'all feeling me? I promise you. I love to see some more of my, y'all feel me. But look what they done. Storm coming. Hey, that's all right. And heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among the brethren, you've divided us, Edom. You done sowed discord. Is this not talking about Edom? They are guilty of every last one of those 7 that the Most High hate. And you're going to have the audacity to tell me I shouldn't have a reaction? I should just still go along with you, walk hand in hand with you anyway, marry your women, your men marrying our women. I hate that. Oh, you just don't love. No. This is one of the reasons the Most High said, I'm going to cleanse your blood. I'm going to cleanse it. And they don't like when we talk about this right here. They just want us to play their piper. Play to their piper. That's what they want. I don't go for it. I don't go for it. I'm never going to go for it. I'm awake. I'm awake. You said woke? I'm saying it wrong. Oh. Yeah. And then your president still trying to stop us from learning about ourselves. Let me show you something. Did I get through reading Obadiah? I don't think I did. But let me flip somewhere and show you something else. Because of how they're trying to keep us from coming together, they're trying to keep us from leaving, tell us that Africa is dangerous. They telling us that because they know they the one that started the coups and the wars and to keep the area stable and all that kind of stuff, and tell us don't go there because this is happening and that is happening. They're trying to keep us home. And don't you know when our Keeper brother try to come over here and get citizenship, they show them everything and tell them, and they down us over here, telling them that we ain't nothing but criminals and all that kind of stuff. We're criminals and we're drug addicts, and our Keeper brothers trying to get citizenship over here. And don't come over here trying to get no citizenship no more because this place going. So you're safer where you are right now. I know that your eyes don't see that, but let your heart, realize that. But they try to tell them that we're the worst scum of the earth. Still dividing the brothers. Still dividing the brothers. Ishmael is a specialist Idumea is a specialist with that. It's a specialist with this. And they don't want us talking. But these shouldest not. You shouldn't have done this, Edom. You shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that to him. You shouldn't have did this here to Jacob. You shouldn't have did this. You shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. But they did. You shouldn't have stood at the opening of their passages to destroy utterly those of them that were escaping. Neither shouldest thou have shut up his fugitives in the day of his affliction. You shouldn't have done these things. You shouldn't have done these things to us, but you couldn't help your evil self. You shouldn't have. It says, for the day of Yahuwah is near upon the Gentiles. Back in Obadiah. It's near. It's near. It's close up. Can y'all see it? Yasharel, can you see it? It's near. As thou hast done, so shall it be done to thee. Teach that. Because you know what you done. I just read what you done and what you're continuing to do. Little old micron, you need to get somewhere and sit down before you become a micron. They don't realize they're fighting against Alua. Huh? The little old French man, president. Macron. Well, Macron, you better get somewhere and sit down before you become a micron. A micron. I'm trying to rap. Be like Snoop. No, y'all know what I'm saying. It says, for the day of Yahuwah is near upon all the Gentiles. As thou hast done, so shall it be done to thee. Thou recompense shall be returned on thine own head. It don't make no difference how you change your name. It's coming. All you have to do is repent and cleave. He never told you to be like us. He never told you these things. Just repent and cleave. Have y'all saw that animation, The Lion King? Study it. Yeah, that new animation, The Lion King. Mufasa. Mufasa. Tomato. Have y'all seen Mufasa? Study it. Because they know. They know. If that little animation is not talking about us, I will eat you up. They know it. They know. Mufasa, I was told this. I ain't the smartest, but I ain't the dumbest either. I ain't the sharpest, but I ain't the dullest either. So I was told that Mufasa represents Yahuwah, and it's Simba that represents Yahusha. Because Simba going to inherit the kingdom. You following me? Simba is going to be the king of the kingdom. When y'all better watch that, Mufasa or Mufasa. You got to pronounce it right when you're dealing with a perfectionist back there. But I don't care. Mufasa. Yeah. See, that's the way Edom going to. On that first, the Lion King, the hyena said, Mufasa. Say it again. Mufasa. Just the mention of his name. Just the mention of his name. That's when they tried to block out his name. That's when they told you his name was G-O-D, and we believed it. They ain't even got the sense enough to know that was a title. Or short for Gadriel. Are y'all following me? Just the mention of his name. Demons. Just the mention of his name. Hell began to crumble. Just the mention of his name. I'm telling you, I don't think you realize yet how good you got it. How good we got it. Are y'all following me? And then he says this right here. Look at verse 16. And let me let you know what that is. Verse 16 says, for as thou hast drunk upon my Kadesh mountains, talking to Edom, right? So shall all the nations drink wine. They shall drink and go down and be as if they were not. What is that talking about? You going to drink, you think you're going to be full, but you still going to be hungry. You still going to be thirsty for what's coming up on you. You will never have enough, just like you allowed them to never have enough. You see the curses of Deuteronomy that were spoken over us? You know what I'm saying? Another man shall eat your bread and all that kind of stuff, and you shall plant, but another one going to sow. You ain't going to never have enough. Now he's saying it to them. You forgot what he said above there. As you have done, so shall be you. Man, we're not getting it. It says, but on Mount Zion there shall be deliverance. There shall be deliverance, and there shall be a sanctuary, and the house of Jacob shall take for an inheritance those that took. Don't y'all tell nobody. Don't y'all tell nobody. For the house of Jacob shall take for an inheritance those that took them for an inheritance. Don't tell nobody. I'm going to tell Edom, don't tell nobody. Okay, we won't. That's how they do. Because they won't teach this. They won't tell nobody this time. They won't tell anybody this. But want to teach his name. His name. His name. His name. Shaggy. His name. Yeah. Are y'all following me? Teach this. Talk about this. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph, a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. Let me read that one more time. Y'all just look like y'all ain't got it. The house of Jacob, the house of Jacob, you hear me? The whole kin caboodle shall be a fire. The house of Yasharel shall be a flame. He's just emphasizing. Shall be a flame. Shall a flame go forth against them and shall devour them. Edom going to be stubble. Stubble. Why? What caused the stubble? The fire and the flame. The fire and the flame. You ever went out and burn your grass, when right before spring come fully in, before the grass start greening up, and you go out there and burn that grass so you can have a beautiful yard? Things won't be beautiful until the evil die. Burn with fire. Burn with fire. And everything then will grow back beautifully. Y'all follow me? The evil have to perish. The evil have to perish. So stop trying to be Edom what you're not. Stop if you're awakening to the truth and realize that this is one of the reasons why Yasharel was given anyway, bring you to our allure, because the covenant was made with no other people in the earth. The covenant was made with no other group. He only made himself known to us, Mary. Huh? That's the reason he told us, you only have I known. I didn't reveal myself to nobody else. And then they up teaching and doing this account so that the covenant been made with them. The covenant hadn't been made with y'all. Please keep your place so that you can have a place with us. But you're going to have to stay in your place in order to have a place. I'm pleading with you. I'm pleading with you, Gentile. I'm pleading with you. Because if you keep acting the way many of you do and come in here with this false stuff and know that you're treacherous by nature, but as soon as we say something, you act like you hurt from the floor up. And you know you're treacherous by nature. You know you're treacherous by nature. Well, my ancestor did that. I didn't do that. We didn't do it either. Our ancestors did it. But we have suffered these curses. We have suffered these punishments. And the Most High said it and still suffering them. And now, I'm never going to go for y'all reaction. The only reaction I'm looking for out of y'all is that I'm guilty. And then I will throw the gavel down. That's all I'm looking for out of them. Don't get upset when I get to defending my people. Don't get upset when I begin to repeat what you have done. Don't not get upset when I begin to talk about what you're still doing. Because those crocodile tears, they mean nothing to me. They don't. They just don't, Rob. Because I know the nature. And only Yahuwah can change that nature. And the only way he can do it is through genuine, true repentance. Through Yahusha and cleave to his people. Then you're in place. Some of you black folk don't even like what I'm saying. The black folk don't even like it. Because you've been too Christianized. You've been too Columbusized. You've been too Constantinized. You've been too Vatican Pope-nized. You've been too Westernized. He's our creator, created us all. Not so. But I ain't got time to get into that one. You didn't create us all. Let me just finish going. It says in verse 18 again, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau shall be for stubble, and Israel shall flame forth against them, and shall devour them, and there shall not be cornfield left to the house of Esau. Because who spoke it? Yahuwah spoke this. Because the allure have spoken. Are y'all following me? Accept this. And you could be delivered along with us. And they, verse 19, and they that dwell in the south shall inherit Mount Esau, and they in the plain, the Philistines, And they shall inherit the mount of Ephraim, and the plain of Samaria, and Benjamin, and the land of Gilead. And this shall be the domain of the captivity of the children of Israel. This shall be the domain of them. Now, me personally, first time I heard talk about this, to be honest with you, was young Yet. He was talking about the ice walls and all that kind of stuff, and and then that's what I seen also. I know he couldn't have seen that because that movie just come out. How long that little animation been out? About a couple weeks ago, and I heard Young Yek talk about this here maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, about the ice walls. He was preaching about the land is outside them places. It ain't just I don't want this. I want to get something square. Okay. You see this bag right here? Give y'all an idea of what I'm talking about. This bag right here. Huh? Oh, this bag right here. This is the earth. There you go, right here. This is the earth. You got me? You got North America, South America, you got Europe, you got Akibalon, and you got Australia, right? That's all what they show us. You got me? But actually, outside of what they show us, I see it. This is the earth. The ice walls is around here. And I heard that young man, how he was teaching that, it is around here. But now, and when that animation, Mufasa, I say it right then, Mufasa. Okay, Mufasa. Forgive me for being from Mississippi and y'all from the northern. I know you. Mufasa. But the earth is way bigger than that. And that movie, Mufasa, and it showed that the only way they got to the land that the Most High promised us, they had to go through that ice wall. Isn't that something? Yeah, y'all better study it. It's talking about us. It's talking about us. So go and watch the movie, that little animation. And but anyway, look what he says. What I'm at in verse 20. Oh, let me read in just the next verse, and then I'm gonna go to another couple of verses, and then I'm gonna be done with this. It says, and this shall be the domain of the captivity of the children of Yasharel and the land of the Canaanites, as far as Sarepta, and the captives of Jerusalem shall inherit, and far as Ephrathah, they shall inherit the cities of the south. And they that escape shall come up from Mount Zion to take vengeance on the mount of Esau. And the kingdom shall be Yahuwah's. You see how these jokers changed that? Verse 21. Read it to you out of there. This is not the KJV, but it's closer. It's still that Masoretic text. It says, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahuwah. Now the way to read here in the Septuagint, and they that escape, I don't see no savior here. You hear me? And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge Mount Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahuwah. It says, and they that escape shall come up from Mount Zion to take vengeance. That's us. Yahuwah going to empower us, Denise. But they going to say, and he going to send saviors. We ain't come to save you. We come to destroy you. We come to take vengeance. Yahuwah going to give us that satisfaction. He's going to give us that satisfaction. Read it again out of the Masoretic text, this nice text that got so many of our people rubbing your shoulder and stroking your hair, telling you it's going to be all right. We forgive you. Masoretic text says, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion. Shall come up on Mount Zion. No. It says, and they shall escape. They that escape shall come up from Mount Zion. Are y'all following me? But they said saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahuwah. But it says, and they that escape shall come up from Mount Zion to take vengeance on the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahuwah. Now, this ain't talking about no Yahuwah escaping. Because vengeance only belongs to him. And we don't supposed to be vengeful. We don't supposed to take what he's saying here. Ain't what he's saying here. We need to shut our mouth sometime if we ain't read the scriptures. And many of us ain't even want to read scripture. Why? Because we're so endowed with Christianity. And we want to be nice. And we want to be accepted by Master Charlie. We want to be accepted. Man, I'm telling you, I don't care who don't like this. Listen, y'all got to look at what I did. I don't care who don't like this. This here right here. Because they ain't ever got. I don't care who don't like this because of what this is saying. And they that escape shall come up from Mount Zion to take vengeance on the mount of Esau. How are we going to do this? Why are we going to do this? Because the kingdom shall be allures. You don't think that they don't know him like we do. And some of us don't know him like they should know him. Like they should. All this crap that's been done for us for these thousands of years and shown up for the last 400, you don't think Yahuwah gonna give us some pleasure? He gonna do everything and call angels to fight? No, he gonna let us loose at some point too. He gonna let us loose to get our satisfaction. Does it not say that? It ain't talking about allure escaping. And they that escape shall come up from Mount Zion. Shall come up from Mount Zion to take vengeance on the mount of Esau. And then they tell us not to eat. Boy, we just waiting to get at y'all tail. We know that's a part that Yahuwah got to do. He says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But we're just waiting for our turn. How can you get upset with that? This is what this book says that you say that you believe. Is anybody hearing me? But we are too afraid to speak it because we want to look like Mary, that we're shiny, we're nice, and I'm saved by Jesus Christ. And he's supposed to be all nice and loving, and we got to be that too. Walking like this. Got to be all nice. That's what I'm talking about. And here our Savior, and he got a sword with two edges. Now, and they don't want to let us go, and they constantly passing laws, old thumper them, to try to hold us back, to try to make it even harder for us. You know what I'm saying? Making it so that we can't even travel to a Kibbalah, trying to make it so. Or when we get there, can't come back. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Edom is doing all kinds of stuff to make it hard for us. And this is why Joel or Yoel says this. Let me find it here. I want to find it. This is why Yoel says this. And I'm going to start at verse 2 of chapter 3. Well, I'm going to start at verse 1. Right? Okay? It says, for behold, in those days, what days? Go back up to chapter 2. But we're not going to do that today. For behold, in those days, and at that time, when I shall have turned the captivity of Yehudah and Jerusalem. When I have turned that around, and now they're going back to who they are and what they are and their riches, their wealth, and my statutes and my laws and my people and my children and my Kadesh ones, and I'm going to be their father, and they're going to be my children. He going to turn us back to this. I don't see where it says no other group. He named them. For behold, in those days, at that time, when I shall have turned the captivity of Yehudah and Jerusalem. Look what he's saying in verse 2. I will also gather the Gentiles. For what? What are you going to gather them for? See, don't get mad yet, because you haven't read the whole story. Even though he's going to gather some Gentiles, them good ones, them ones that's cleaving, them ones that have truly repented, them ones that ain't trying to hide nothing from us no more, those ones that is so sorry for what their ancestors have done. He going to gather them. Hebrew Israelite group, he going to gather them. I don't know why you say he won't, because he is. He is. Are y'all following me? But look why he's gathering them here, though. And bring them down. Let me read again. I will also gather all the Gentiles. See, there's something in him that you really need to see. He says that I'm going to gather all the Gentiles. He ain't even talking about some of them. He said I'm going to gather all of them. Some of them might give up in that battle. But anyway, this is what it says. And bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and my heritage. Because you won't let us go. You still want to just kill us, rape us, steal resources, wealth. You still want to mock us and everything. So Yahushua says that I'm going to bring you down in this valley then. It kind of like remind me of what he told us in Isaiah. I think it's around 1 and 18 and stuff. He said, come and let us reason together. I'm bringing Gentiles down there because, come on, let's reason here. You got something that belonged to me, and you won't let it go. I put them in your hand, true enough, but you tried to really just go overboard. And now I want them back. I want the remnant of them back. You know, I want them back, but you still won't let them go. I tell you what, come on down here in this valley right here and let's talk about it. Let's have a conference. This is what Yahushua is saying. Let's have a conference about them. Because I'm going to plead with you there for my people, my heritage, Yasharel, who have been dispersed among you. They've been spread out among you. And these Gentiles have divided my land. See, he have already started. Just like he didn't wait for us, come and let us reason together. Then he said, though your sins. Yahuwah didn't wait for all us to get there. He didn't even wait for us to say nothing. But he said, come and let us reason together, right? So if we're going to reason, there's supposed to be some talking back and forth. Yahuwah didn't do that. He said, though your sins. That's all we're supposed to be pleading, Father. The Father knows we're guilty. He knows he's not. So what's stopping him from talking? So with these Gentiles, what's stopping him? Look what he said right here. Look what he said. I will also gather all the Gentiles and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead. Now he said, I'm going to plead with you now. With them there for my people and my heritage Yasharel, who have been dispersed among you Gentiles. And these Gentiles have divided my land. He's telling them, these Gentiles have divided my land and have cast lots over my people. He's telling them what they did. He ain't giving them a time to say nothing because he know what they done. They done divided my land. They done gambled for my people, and have given their boys for harlots. Here these old Edomites, they want to do the nasty with a harlot, and they ain't got no money, but they got a slave boy. So they'll get that little boy to that harlot. Wonder what she going to turn him into. Because they sodomized us too now. sodomized our little boys, and they raped our little girls. And y'all want to coat them and date them? They don't want us to talk about the nasty, Mary, what they done. They don't want us to talk about the nasty. You've given an Israelite or a Yasharal boy for a prostitute. And that's all we was worth. And because you wanted to party and have a funky good time, you give me the door for some wine. You trade her for a bottle of wine. And these black Yasharalis need to wake up and quit petting and rubbing and realize what's been done. Look what Yahusha saying that he's going to do. And that he's going to do. And Obadiah laid it out. But he said, I'm going to plead with you down. You catch life for my people, and you have given boys for a harlot, and you have sold little girls for wine, and you have drunk. Come on. And what have ye to do with me, Tyre, Sidon, and of all Galilee of the Gentiles? Do ye render me a recompense? Or do you bear malice against me? Because they had the audacity to get mad at him, just like many of us had, and they had the audacity to get mad at us because we talking. Yahuwah saying what I'm going to do. And you going to recompense me? You had the audacity to get mad and upset at me, Yahuwah saying? And this is what's being acted out on his children. Our Father has spoken, and we're repeating what our Father has said, and you have the audacity to get mad at me? You have the audacity to recompense me, to tell me that I'm hating? You don't have that right. You don't have it, and I'm not going to let you have it. I'm not going to let you have it. You can say it all you want to, and it ain't even going to pierce my conscience to start me to humbling down like you say, well, yeah, they right. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And it ain't going to penetrate me. If you want to be saved, you better come to me. You better come to me, humble yourself, and say, I want to cleave, because my ancestors been wrong. See, the reason why they can't do it, Rob, is because they're saying that, well, we ain't done nothing. We ain't done nothing either. But we're suffering. You're going to have to, too. He have given you a ticket out. Okay, let me just keep going. Let me keep going. The children of Yehuda, the children of Jerusalem, to the children of the Greek, that ye might expel them from their coast. You've done all this stuff. Well, I skipped a whole lot, didn't I? I skipped a whole lot. It says, the Gentiles, do ye render me a recompense, or do ye bear malice against me? Quickly and speedily will I return your recompense on your own heads, because ye have taken my silver. Look what he naming. Did you not do it? You have taken my silver, you have taken my gold, and ye have brought my choice ornaments into your temples. Great Britain, Vatican, everywhere else. You got this stuff. You got all of our stuff. But you didn't know it was Yahuwah, did you? And then they got the audacity to feel, oh no, you don't have that right. And ye have sold the children of Yehuda and the children of Jerusalem to the children of the Greeks. Yeah, man. That ye might expel them from their coast. You're getting us out of our land so you can continue to pillage. And you don't want us to talk about this. The hell with that, man. No. No shame, no guilt. If you're trying to make me feel guilty or you're trying to make me hurt, you're fighting a losing battle. A losing battle. I promise you. So you might well keep them words to yourself. You ain't even got to listen to me. You ain't got to tune in. But it's best you listen to me because I'm still showing you the way to Zion. I'm still showing you the way. But many of them are too low down to that way. They're too low down. This is what Christians are being led off wrong and stuff. Are y'all following me? Being led off, man. Come on, it's time for us to get right. Father, help us. Help us. Oh, verse 7, that's where I'm at. It says, verse 7 says, therefore, behold, I will raise them up out of the place whither ye have sold them. Listen to me. This is why we're able to speak what I'm speaking today. Why? Because he's raising us up. We'll no longer will be beholding to you. We will no longer care what you think, care what you say. We are accustomed with your trickery now. We know crocodile tears from water. We know the difference between an evil nature and a good one. And the stuff that you have worked and done and manipulated and hoodooed us, because that's all what it was, what they call white magic. In the past, we ain't falling for it no more. Don't care how you feel about it. Don't care how you feel about it. The ball is in our court, and I'm playing it. Ball in our court, X. And if you want to be on my team, come on, you better get on my team and just wait for me to pass you one. Better get on my team, Edom. That's all. That's just how it is. That's just how she rolled. You better get on my team. Because I'm playing it. I'm playing it. Y'all feeling me? And I was, let me finish reading. Whether ye have sold them, and I will return your recompense on your own head. Listen to how our Father is talking. But we ain't allowed to talk like Daddy. DW got so many of my ways, you'll be amazed. You'll think and you'll say this here about him and this here and that, and he got an attitude. Well, apple don't fall far from the tree when you've been doing wrong, been done wrong. How come we can't be like our daddy? He said, I'm going to put this recompense on your own head. I'm going to deal with you, Gentile, for how you have dealt with my children. They act like we're crazy. They act like we're dumb. You put your hand on my children and I don't supposed to do nothing but say, yes, master, just do it. It's all right. I forgive you. You got to be crazy. And you so-called waking up ones that still carry that mentality, you're crazy. You better wake all the way up. But get away with all this little Christianity stuff, because guess what? That's the biggest lie ever been told. That's the biggest lie that ever been told. And he said in 2 Thessalonians, he said that because you choose to believe that lie and have pleasures in it, I'm going to send you an even stronger delusion to keep you there so that I can damn you too. He's talking to us now. Talking to you, Yashar Ali. You better come out of these darn churches. You better come out of Kirk. Let Kirk go. You better come out the circus. Because that is leading straight to the beast. Circle is leading them straight to the beast. And when the beast comes, it is going to be your JC, because that's who you waiting for. Why you think when Yahushua say, and they use the word Jew, which is just a made-up word trying to say Judah, but no. He says salvation is of the Hebrew first. What is our salvation? Ain't no rapture delivering us from your evil tail. Salvation is of us, and then you Gentile, if you want to come on. You got to cleave. Ain't no JC coming back to get you. The beast is. The beast is. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You got to wake up. I'm almost done. And then he says, I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Yehudah. What you can't understand about that? You sold ours, and now Yahuwah said, I'm going to give yours to Yehudah. And guess what we're going to do with them? The Septuagint said it this way. It says, and they shall sell them into captivity to a far distant nation. We so far from home, they sold us and come got us. He keep telling them what you did to them, I'm going to do to you. They need to understand it like this because they don't believe they don't preach out no testament. So I'm going to tell you how the Berserker said. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall a man reap. They understand that, the Christian folk will. They'll understand that one. Yeah, understand that one. And then he says, for you have spoken it. You know what that means, right? That means that's it, kaput. You can't change it. You nothing you can do to dilute it. That's the way it is. I just love that song. That's the way it is. And they use da 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 da. That's the way it is. This is the way it is. And then he says this right here to Yoel. Proclaim these things among them Gentiles, what I just said to you. You tell them. Tell them. You won't think that they got mad at you too? So I don't care about them getting mad at me. He said, proclaim these things among the Gentiles. Declare war. And they don't want us saying this right here. They don't want us saying it, Mary. They don't want us saying it. And we hateful because we're saying it. And we're only saying what our daddy says. That's all. See, you're going to have to get this down in your ruach because you can even hear this now and then you'll begin to change your mind about what's been said later. Why? Because you have yet to dispense all of Christianity. Well, how can a little Christianity cause me to start back thinking? A little leaven will leaven that whole lump. It'll go all through. Anybody hear me? You don't know how much you got to be delivered from Christianity in order to be delivered into the land. Because why I got to be delivered of all that? Because he says nothing wicked is going to enter there. Nothing evil is going to enter. So we got to be fully and totally delivered. So you know what that tells me? We better start spending some more time with Yahuwah in the Ruach, asking for cleansing instead of asking for $1 million. Though I need $1 million about now, but I need to be cleansed first. I need to be cleansed first. Somebody's not following me what I'm saying in this house. He said, declare war, arouse the warriors. Draw near and go up, all ye men of war. He ain't talking about us. He talking about them now. He said, because I'm finna deal with you. Beat your plowshares into swords, because you setting that rest. And make me think about all them old Edomite Dutch farmers that are inhabiting South Africa over there. And they are the farmers. They own 70-some% of the land, and they farm everything and sell to our people, and they at peace and over there in Arabia and all that kind of stuff. And Yahuwah telling them, I need you to get them plowshares you got, and you need to make a sword. You need to melt it down and make a sword, because I'm finna tear your tail up. You're gonna need something to defend you, even though it's not gonna make any difference. At least I'm gonna give you a fair share at it to defend yourself. So get that plow and that big old tractor that you got putting that plow. I need you to beat it and heat it up and beat it and make you a sword, because this is what you're gonna need. This is what you're gonna need. You're finna go to war. Beat your plowshares into swords and your sickle into spears. I know what a sickle is. Sickle is when you gather in the harvest. You ain't gonna need that because you ain't gonna have no harvest no more. Why? Because you're gonna be stubble. You're gonna be stubble in your fields. and your spears that you have. You know, let the weak say I'm strong. And I brought this out in the live because Christianity took this in and made a song out of it. Let the weak say I am strong. Let the poor say I am rich. This is Yahuwah talking about this, and he condemning folk. Let them scary ones you got. Scary, that's when they had to travel in packs to get us. He said, let them say I'm strong now. And Christianity got and made a song out of it. And we're, I worship you, God. While we hear the lyrics and the tunes of it. And he's talking about destruction here. You weak Gentiles that done stuff to my people, you scary, you better say I'm strong because I'm coming after you too. You better brave up. You better brave up. Y'all ain't following me. I'm having some fun with this right here. And then they get mad at me laughing. I'm telling you, that's how much I care. Because I know they're wrong. Call me crazy, call me whatever you want to call me. But no. We're going up to Zion now. We're going up to Zion. Some of you scared Yehudas, get behind me. Come on, get behind me. Because he's calling us back up. He's calling us back. Get behind me. Hey, come on. I'm almost done. Where am I at? Beat your plowshares, It says, let them be aroused and all the nations go up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge the Gentiles round about. What can they not understand about this? And they still want to say, oh, he loved us just like he loved. How come he didn't make the covenant with you then? And I don't doubt that he have some love for you, but you ain't going to never. I'll be careful what I say on that one. You ain't going to never love some like you will others. That's a fact. That's when he made the distinction between family and don't take care of that family first, you're worse than Fidel. You ought to applaud him and be all right with him for sending us after y'all. But we disobeyed. We prolonged everything. And he's still opening up our eyes so that he can do the same thing again, send us after y'all, convince y'all that y'all ain't it, we're it, but you can come on in the kingdom and be saved as our servants. And don't you know that the Gentiles too, they're going to have, well, I'm going to get into that in the live in the morning. So I won't even mention that. It says, let the weak say I'm strong, gather yourself together and go in, all ye nations round about, and gather yourself there. Let the timid become a warrior. Y'all feel that? Y'all see that? Let the timid Gentile, because they brave now, because the only thing that they operating off and make them think they it because they got some privilege. White privilege. You know, and I seen this on one of the shout out to Kaya, because she said that if they're really repentant, give up that stolen land. If you're really sorry for what you have done, give up that privilege and that stolen land that you stole from us. Can you give that up? Huh? Can you give that up? That's how you can really tell if they're sorry. They'll do something more for Yasharel. Because what they got ain't theirs. Well, it was passed down by my great-granddaddy. And he came to the granddaddy and he can't hit that. Great-granddaddy stole it. It's all good. Let me tell you something. I don't know it's the devil. Because in the past, Oklahoma, I'm through right now.
I'm going to shut it down now.
Okay. In the past, Oklahoma.